Hey guys, as I said in my last video, we're on vacation right now, but we've got some wonderful guest YouTubers filling in for me while I'm away. The first of those is Isla McTear, who makes these beautiful love letters to anime over on her own channel. She's one of my favorite AniTubers, and I think that once you're done watching this video about Anthem of the Heart, she's going to be one of yours too. So if you like this, make sure you check the link in the doobly-doo for more like it.
昔々あるところにお城の舞踏会に憧れる貧しい少女がおりました。
I don't know about you, but I adore a fairy tale. For me, the stories of love and adventure laced with magic and intrigue were irresistible in my younger years, and continue to pull me in even though I'm now an adult. Probably because I've always been a bit of a storyteller myself, and so I'm drawn to tales written by others. As words are powerful, they have impact, can mean more to one person than to another. They can hurt, heal, change, can inspire, and can be the one thing that you need to hear at that one very important moment. This idea of finding meaning in the words that we say is at the very core of Mari Okada and Tatsuyuki Nagai's modern fairy tale. A movie so rarely spoken about, the best film you've probably never seen, a true anthem of the heart. But the heart can be a fickle thing. Throughout its 2-hour runtime, our attention is focused on our main cast of 4. Each of them has been picked by their teacher Joey Shima to join the Community Outreach Committee, whose role is to put on some form of performance or event for the town of Chichibu in Saitama Prefecture. And yes, that is the same setting as Anohana, opening up all sorts of questions like, is this the start of the Okada Nagai cinematic universe? Well, we can be hopeful of that at least. Regardless, this only came about when Aniplex suggested that their team create a film after the release of the Anohana compilation movie. In the beginning, Nagai wanted to make a sci-fi film, but they wrote a gentle tale of youth instead. And damn, if Okada didn't write one of the best. I said in my opening that this film is about the meaning of words, but what happens when you can't speak at all? Jun Narase has a vivid imagination, full of fantasy and desire. She spent her childhood years chatting up a storm to whoever would listen. But when she sees something she's not supposed to at the castle on the hill, and retells that tale to her mother, Jun's life comes crashing down. Broken and upset, she is finally confronted by the prince she has fantasised about meeting. Yet, he's an egg, and he curses her, zipping up her mouth and sealing away her words so that she can never cause hurt and pain again. Flash forward to the future and we see that teacher, Joey Shima, who partners her with 3 others in this community outreach committee. Jun is against it, but she can't speak. She tries, but when she does, a stomachache ensues, a regular occurrence cutting off her words. She goes to tell the teacher in written form that she will no longer be a part of this, and as she reaches the room, she hears the sound of an accordion. I fear I may have glossed over this fact earlier, but eggs do play quite a large part in this film, and by singing this song, Jun feels as if Takumi Sakagami has seen straight into her heart. Perhaps a prince to break the princess's curse? Well, in actuality, he's just very good at taking old classics and repurposing them with new lyrics, something that later leads them to decide on a musical for their community event, once they're joined by Nito Natsuki and Daiki Taisuke. As someone who grew up in the theatre, I've always had a love of musicals, despite the fact I can hold a tune about as well as Takumi. Yet there is something incredibly freeing about singing, and with a curse that won't allow her to talk, Jun finds a sense of freedom in song, something she needs, as life isn't all that it appears. I find that we live life at a surface level, and everyone around us is different underneath. Upon face value, you don't know what a person is going through, good or bad, and it's rare that you find someone who will openly communicate their issues. So we bury them instead. But signs always show through. Cleverly, here, the guy tells us all we need to know about our cast without them ever uttering a word, through their mannerisms, the choice placing of the camera, and an expert mastery of pacing. He gives everyone a voice, without ever needing them to speak. Yet they are still 4 teens, with a shell around their heart. But through a song, they try to break through their anxieties and pent-up frustrations. The original tracks that are layered throughout the film may be brilliant, but it's composer Mito who elevates the OST to the next level. Songs that I love, that are so deeply familiar to me as a fan of theatre and drama, take on new words and take on new meaning in Anthem of the Heart. That piano opening, the tune that I've played several times in this video now, comes from an old folk song called Greensleeves. The melody feels warm, like coming home. Perhaps partly because I'm Scottish. But I can't hear it now without quietly singing Tamago ni Sasageo. Something that I do quite often, as the tracks have permeated throughout my anime playlist since I first saw the film back in 2016. And as I rewatched it recently, I couldn't help but think about how this film would do now in a post-Kimi no Nawa world. Because it's a fantastic character drama that never quite got the attention it deserved. Now with the genre rising in abundance, it makes me wonder if this film would sit higher on people's watch lists than it did when it was released back in 2015. However, it would only be a year later that its theme of communication would be tackled by Naoko Yamada in the heartbreaking Kono Katachi. Executed in a way that only KyoAni could, the animation and raw storytelling were enough to place our film high on favourites lists. Yet, Anthem of the Heart also does a beautiful job of tackling that theme. It makes me cherish being an anime fan, you know? Because I love high action shonen as much as the next person, but watching an animator who understands the meaning of space, the meaning of weight, who can express a character's emotions through simple actions without words is like witnessing this art form at its best. You could easily tell this story, and it's already been done in live action form. But there's a magic to animation, to constructing slice of life like this, that real people could never convey. Despite the fact that strokes on screen, the town of Chichibu feels alive, and even the background students are as much a part of this tale as our main cast. It becomes a story I want to spoil heavily for you, that I want to go into extreme detail about, because its meaning feels and hits me so deeply. But it's one that I want you to watch yourself, and then maybe you'll see just how special its creators are.
お前、可愛い声してるよな。もっと喋ってくれよ。お前の本当の言葉ってやつ、もっと俺にくれよ。
Although, arguably, Mari Okada, Takayuki Nagai, and the third member of their trio, character designer Masayoshi Tanaka, haven't made anything new here. But I'll never forget the first time I watched it, and I thank Geoff immensely for giving me a chance to talk about it. About its beautiful, cutting maturity. It surprised me, despite its slightly tropey final half. And as I watched Jun's story come to a close, I felt overwhelmed with my own inability to communicate at times. Conveying how we feel, how we are, who we are, our wants, our desires, and everything in between is harder than it first appears. And by its end, if life has kicked you in the face a few times, you'll be able to understand its finale. Living isn't like a fairy tale. It's wonderful that they exist in a world that can often feel so dark. But they're just stories at the end of the day, and you have to make your own mark and try to live without regret. Your words will hurt. They will heal. They can change. They will inspire someone. And trust me, they mean more than you may ever comprehend. Because the heart might be a fickle thing, but your honest feelings, well, they can be a beautiful anthem.